right, so mode carbon front lip. I started this video a few minutes ago, and we're going to redo it because I was screaming at the camera. So I talked to the guys from Mode Carbon. They sent it without holes. They say that there's variations in the front bumpers, but this makes it 10 times harder. You know, there are factory holes, so we've already removed this here. There are factory locations, and there are little clips that, you know, allow you to secure the, you know, the front bumper so it pulls everything together. And so their recommendation is either take the bumper off, which I'm not frickin' doing. I'll punt this in the trash before that happens. You can either take the front bumper off, or you can use self-tappers, which I'm not too keen on. You could self-tap it, which we may still do a couple of locations of self-tappers. We can do it what we're going to do, which is going to take this whole frickin' front end apart underneath here, and then we're going to try to find our holes and mark it on this thing. So we'll have a couple of people hold this in place. We'll then drill this out with a much bigger hole, and then we'll hit the OE locations with our, you know, with our screws, so we can hit our locations that you're supposed to hit, and then maybe do a couple of extra self-tappers a little closer to the front. The problem with all of these lips that I've always experienced is that you get it here, this part never comes off because we'll hit, you know, a factory location, but then what happens is when the tape fails, then it starts doing this wonkiness. So you've got the 3M tape that's supposed to hold everything on, and of course never does. So I'm going against my better judgment, knowing that there's a good chance I'm going to be drop kicking this thing off the front bumper. But we're going to give it a shot and see if we can get it to work and see if we can get it to stay on there. And you know, again, I have a lot of experience with these. I put the darn challenge lip on at least, I think, I didn't want to give up on it because it looks so darn good. 7 times, 8 times. You know, the tape fails. Water and dirt and sand gets in there, and then pop, the tape pops off. And so hopefully we can get this to go and work and then do it the way that they recommend it, and hopefully it stays on. This one's a little less aggressive. It's much less of an air dam than the challenge. So hopefully we can get it to work. Over here on the edge, we're gonna have to do some sort of self-tappers because the holes don't line up. So we're starting to take this apart. I already jumped ahead here. Took this off. So I'm going to take all of this off. I'm going to take this off. That way we can hopefully mark it and then, you know, somewhat line up the holes so we can hit these holes, because again, there's a metal clip up in here that the screw grabs. I mean, I guess the other option is we could just use some self-tappers and use it to go and grab this, you know, all this plastic piece. See, it's a bunch of plastic that connects to one another, but when you have a bunch of it, it pulls together nicely and keeps everything tight. So I think that's the way I think we should do it, is take all this apart, mark it, drill the holes in the expensive front lip, and then we'll be able to hopefully catch those mounting locations. So let's start taking this apart. All right, so I'm just taking all these different, just start taking stuff apart. And that's what I'm doing. I thought this was gonna be like a 20-minute install. And it can be if you just jack it, just go right into it and just do some self-tappers right into the darn front bumper, but I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do it, hopefully, somewhat accurately. But you know, taking the front bumper off, unless you have that body shop artistic skill set, it's darn near impossible to ever get it to fit right. Porsche's the only car that I've ever been able to take apart and put back together where it just goes on properly. Now if I do the headlights, I'm gonna have, gee whiz. Something's getting fired off the frickin' wall here in a minute.
Get it set up on there, start the tape on this edge while it's kind of there, and just pull the tape so you can get it aligned, and the tape goes last.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, yep. Okay, so I'm wiping this down with some IPA, some eraser, and I'm going to get some straight alcohol. So we'll hold it in place and then mark it. So did you find something or no? Yellow? Hold it so we can get this one easily. Well, you got 17 people, you might be able to get it to work. Oh, screw you, Milwaukee. Time out. All right, Dad, hold this right here. Don't breathe. Nobody move. That looks similar, right? All right, where's my markers? Okay, holes right there. There's one. There's two. And we're just gonna scratch it up. Oh yeah. We're in it now. There's no going back.
Is that relaxing?
I already told him, I'm sending this thing back. He did good though, he talked me into it.
What do you say? You could return it after you screwed it all up?
No, he didn't say that. I said, how do I send this thing back? And that's when he said, well, you probably need professional installation, sir. I'm like, I am a professional. Hole.
Scratches. Scratches. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Guess that's how you do it. Some good scratches.
Now we need to drill it. I'm gonna drill a big old hole. It's a good thing I got this 75-foot long workbench and no room to do anything. And look at that, they're right on the little bumpy spots. Right where they probably should have been pre-drilled, and then I won't have to do any of this. And we would have been done an hour ago. What do you think, 3/8 inch hole? Am I gonna need a pilot hole? I love the smell of fiberglass. Oh, that smells good. Too bad it's in my skin now. Ah! Sure would have been better if the holes were already in it, but this makes for a better installation video. Nothing like drilling your $900 front lip. That's awfully close to the edge. So this ought to give us enough leeway to we ought to have enough room now to move it left to right wherever we need to. Let's see if it somewhat lines up. Yep. That's the closest we're going to get that one. It'll reach. Okay, good. Let's put it back together. I'm glad we reopened the video since I'm a little less complaining right now.
Yeah, it's good to add those all those takes in as like little cuts in the beginning.
I should probably edit this one. Yeah, you'll have to figure out how to weave those together and make it funny. They didn't sponsor Jack on this one, so I can say whatever the heck I want. Now none of it's going to line up. We took it all apart. This is the one time it'd be better to be shorter in my life. So we took 1, 2, 3, 4 off. Took these off, but don't take these off. There's a little clip up there, but you would unclip that. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, and then same thing on this side. In order to access, we have our holes here. So these 3, and then these 2. And so we could come up from the top, come down, and that's how we drilled our holes in the lip. So now I'm gonna get some 97% IPA. I'm gonna wipe this whole area down, and then we're gonna pray. 91% IPA, not 97. So I'm gonna do this, just kind of soak it down, Wipe this whole area. Although I found this didn't do a whole heck of a lot. I'm gonna do it anyway and make sure everything's nice and clean. I don't have any adhesion promoter. 3M makes an adhesion promoter. I don't have any. So we're stuck with that. I think what we should probably do is we'll put the screws in loose. Then we'll pull the tape. So we should probably pull the tape of the little tabbies back, just kind of have it hanging out. And then we'll have every single human that's here hold a section and then do a rain dance outside. Yeah, I mean we're not going to take the tape off. We're just going to pull the tab, like make a little rip cord,
like a little tongue.
Yep.
Pull on, yeah.
Yep.
Little.
Okay. I think actually there's not a lot of pressure pulling forward, so we might be all right on this one. See, the tape is not even going to touch. I'm telling you. You know, it's like it's not even going to. Right here, it's not even gonna grab. It'll grab for like 2 seconds. So what do you think? Should we tape first and then torque, or do we torque and then tape? So I think the advantage we have is I don't think this one doesn't pull.
The only place it really pulls is right here, but everywhere else, like on these little parts, you know, that side mainly, that's where it kind of like pulls down, but everywhere else is super flush without the tape.
So we got a little bit more gap here than we do here. I'm gonna have to loosen these to pull it to the left a little, to the right a little. All right, now we got equal gap. Equal gap, but I mean the tape's not gonna touch on either side.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Right there. But I don't think it really matters. I mean, you won't be able to see it. I think that's it. Ready? It's gonna do dick. So that one's gonna grab, I think. Here we go. Okay, let's see how long this lasts. Forever. Yeah, they're all
Actually loose. Okay.
This looks sharp, man. So hopefully all my complaining is completely unwarranted. Now we need to wax it. So a quick little seal and wax. I'm not going to wait the 3-hour prerequisite. I'm going to break my own rules. A little piece of tape in there. Looks good though. I hope it stays on. They always look fantastic. Now it's starting to feel like a Matty M3. It's starting to look the part. I don't even want to pull down.
You're gonna get a little too curious on that.
And then pop. At least give me a day of happiness. Till I come out tomorrow and see pointing down to the ground. Hopefully this one is short enough. We'll run there. You know, I've got some Expel. I should probably give it a whirl. Imagine how I would screw this up so badly trying to clear film this. So, in case you're wondering, I just leave my applicator blocks just sitting on the shelf, and then just grab them, dust them off, and go. I mean, this isn't, you can't clean these. Like, I mean, you could run it underwater, but it's now hydrophobic, so you can't even if you used APC or something, you're not going to get this power lock off of this thing. So you just have to leave it and just keep reusing it. And they'll last years. I mean, I can feel I got some fiberglass in my hand. The blood hands from earlier. Okay, we'll let that sit for a minute and we'll wipe it off. Oops. Good enough. I'm gonna wipe it off. Wipe the power lock off. And I'm not going to wait the requisite 3 hours. We're just gonna put Colonite on it. That looks good. See, sometimes the anger and the frustration is worth the fruit. Yeah. But then again, tomorrow morning, I'm sure I'll wake up and then start screaming it again. Screaming at it again. A little 845 on here. Let this sit on a minute or two. Yeah. The advantage of washing this out is you'll get some kind of colonite dust left over. This one is crunching a lot less than the other ones, like the Arkham and the RKP or the Challenge that I had on before. So hopefully that's a good sign that it's going to stay on there. Okay, mode carbon front lip. It wasn't too bad. Took about an hour and a half to do. I thought it was going to take 20 minutes, so not as bad as I was initially overreacting. Let's hope. I mean, I can see the tape, so let's hope that this sucker stays on and lasts a long time, because it certainly looks good. I'll get some more photos for you later on. Yeah, right now it looks great. I'll give you some. I'll be sure to give you some more updates on it as time goes on. I'm going to wipe the wax off, and we're all done. Thanks for watching. Next project for this car will probably be the brakes, suspension and brakes. So I'll catch you then. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. Catch you soon. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor